Hello everyone and welcome to episode 49 of the WMMA 5 series here on the channel using Bright FC as it's finally here, the final conflict show, as the finals of the Lightweight Grand Prix will be underway very shortly as we have to go through the mail, of course, as always, as it's very short though, because we only had a week in between shows, as Ryan Bowe left Okada Dojo, he joined Baresta, we signed a Roman Savachka, as he has been a part of Rings, I think, since almost the start of the series, as 2002, and he's done a great job. He's been a part of a lot of big-time fights. As far as the biggest names he's beaten, probably Juan Waterman, which isn't, Valentino Overeem, but that was an M1. I just feel like, as far as someone who, he just lost to Mark Kerr twice, he's lost to Greg Wicken, so he's not going to be a part of the top part of, he's beaten Andrei Semenov before. He's a good middle of the pack, heavyweight, I think. He's 21-9, a Sambo guy, obviously Russian. So he's going to be, I think, a problem for a lot of people, as far as where he's going to be at 6'3". I think he's going to be, probably in the 15 to 25 category as far as in the heavyweight division. Him at 7th is kind of nuts. I think that's because of how well he was booked in Rings, as far as that, ranking goes. But we'll see how he does in Bright FC for us. Of course, we extended Bob Sapp, we extended Frank Shamrock, we extended Paul Daly, and Luis Santos left Puercan Luta Libre. So that's where we're at there with that. So let's get on with the show, the Final Conflict 2005 show. As we know, the main event's going to be that Lightweight Grand Prix Finals. As, again, I didn't realize I was going to put Final when I put Finals at the end of it, so we got Finals Final. Just some great stuff there. Kazuki Vegeta and Hideko Yoshida is going to be the co-main. Murillo, Ninja Hua, and Vitor Belfort. It's the second match on the card, or the third match on the card, Jesus Christ. We got Courtney Jackson and Alan Goes, and the two semi-final matchups for the Lightweight Grand Prix. And then Peter Arts and Yoshiro Takayama open up the card. It's a nice little mix of shit going on here. As Kazuki Vegeta, old Ironhead, he trains at the Okada Dojo. Yoshida has an overall record of 1-0 against other members of that team. Vegeta has a 1 since 2002, which is wild to think about, as he's 6-4. He lost to Fedor, and he lost to Ben Rothwell. He's basically averaging like a fight a year, which compared to 2002, he had 3 fights in 1 year. And as far as I think our roster got bigger, and he kind of took a back seat on a lot of things. But he gets his 2005 fight against Hideko Yoshida. As this first time they fought, Vegeta's going to enjoy a significant weight advantage, but Yoshida's going to have the 6-inch reach advantage. All the Blurcast stat picks are backing Kazuki Vegeta. Yoshida is 3-1. He just lost to Mirko Krokapa Shockwave 2004. As he's had basically 2 fights per year. As he's beaten Horace Grace, he's beaten Omega Takada, he's beaten Okawa, and he's lost to Mirko Krokop. Now he's taking on Kazuki Vegeta. I think this is a fun matchup. You got the judo fucking gold medalist and Hideko Yoshida. We got the fucking badass wrestler Kazuki Vegeta, a man who survived Mirko Krokop's head kick. So I feel like they are destined to fight each other. As Murillo Ninja Hua taking on Vitor the Phenom Belfort, 2 of the best pound-for-pound fighters of the world. As 22nd is Vitor Belfort, 23rd is Murillo Ninja Hua. Hua's won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. 7-0 on the Blurcast staff picks for Murillo Ninja Hua. I think it's a lot closer than that. It's Vitor Belfort. He's 12-6, 6-5 in Pride. I feel like he just hasn't gotten his footing as far as in Pride FC goes. Because we threw him some easy guys as far as maybe name wise, but as far as the he's lost to Instant Noe, he's lost to Dan Anderson, Nate Marcotte, Jeremy Horn. He just his last couple of runs have been interesting though. As far as sure, he lost to Jeremy Horn, was a great fight, and then he had 2 good ones, and TKO wins in the first round on Guy Metzger and Andrei Semenov. Think him having it against Murillo is going to be his biggest challenge in a long time. We'll see how he does. I think it's going to be a lot closer than 7-0, but we'll see. As Quentin Rampage Jackson taking on Alan Goes, as yes, this happened once in the prelims back in 2001 at Pride 14 Clash of the Titans. Alan Goes won by unanimous decision. They're both now, world ranked light heavyweights, as Alan Goes 17th, Jackson's 23rd. As Allen goes, 3 out of his last 5 fights have been won by decision, and Jackson's going to have a significant weight advantage. 6-1, so Sam S is backing Allen goes. Allen goes. I want to say this is his return. Yes, it is. It is his return to Pride FC after being in rings for a couple of fights. He won 4 straight. We brought him back. This is just a tough one for him, though. This is a tough fight on his return. This is Courtney Jackson. Even though he's ranked 23rd and lightweights in the world and 16th in Pride, he has went on a fucking tear when he went in the finals of the almost the finals. Rather, I forgot he lost to Chuck Liddell. As then we had his match. He won against Ron Faircloth. He had the split draw against Anderson Silva, and he lost Anderson Silva with a knockout kick in the second round. Like I say, he bounces back, and the fight against Allen goes to avenge his loss potentially. I think that's the right way for him to go. Gilbert El Nino Melendez taking on the Fireball Kid Takanori Gomi as the semifinals of the lightweight Grand Prix. As both fighters are world ranked welterweights, rather, as Takanori Gomi and Melendez both in the top 10. It's kind of weird as they're lightweights. But Melendez trains at Minnesota Martial Arts Academy, which Takanori Gomi still have a record of 1-1 against other members of that team. Melendez has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. 6-1 a Blurcast stat picks. Takanori Gomi with the 6 when Sam S again backing the underdog. I feel like Gilbert Melendez could make this a dominating performance again with his style. If he can control the fight, he's going to be a fucking problem. I think he can win by decision. I think as far as these 2 fights go in the semifinals, this has the more upset potential, this match here. The next one, Prodigy BJ Penn taking on Gleison Tebow as the semifinals of the Grand Prix, of course. BJ Penn's finished 3 of his last 5 opponents, both again at world-ranked welterweights, as BJ Penn's 4th, Gleison Tebow is 18th, as Gleison Tebow has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. Betting odds are going to have him as a large margin favorite. BJ Penn's going to be a problem in this lightweight division. We're just going to get people on his level is really the big thing here. BJ Penn, I feel like he's going to maybe run through Gleison Tebow. We'll see. As then the Dutch Lumberjack Peter Arts taking on Yoshihiro Takayama. Takayama's won since March of 2003. It's been a hot minute as he has taken on, the last one was against Takashi Sugiura, which is not saying much. He lost to Bob Sapp, knockout punch, and he lost to Okawa by submission in the first round. This has been an up and down battle. I can't believe he lost to Jerome Lee Banner. So if he beat Jerome Lee Banner, I think he has a very, very strong chance of beating Peter Arts, even though the betting lines have him as a big favorite. Obviously, Peter Arts, a bad motherfucker, a 7-inch reach advantage. He's making his pro debut. 6'3", he's got the Muay Thai, Dutch kickboxer from Amsterdam, Holland. I mean, he's going to be a fucking problem in this heavyweight division. I can't wait to see him and Jerome Lee Banner fight. That's definitely like a shockwave card fight. As Peter Arts, though, he's probably going to head kick Takayama into the 5th row. This is Roy Big Country Nelson taking on Frank Mir. As Roy Nelson's finished 4 of his last 5 opponents. First time they have fought. Nelson's going to have a significant weight advantage. Obviously, he's fucking Big Country. Frank Mir's going to have a 6-inch reach advantage. And he's making his Pride debut as Roy Big Country Nelson. He's been in Pancrase for the past, I'd say, couple of years. As he has won. He's only had 1 loss. He's 4-1. He's got a big-time fight, though, against Frank Mir. Frank Mir, who was 6-2, was on a roll. He got injured. And then we had to, wait a good bit before he can come back. But he came back in May, beat Daniel Puda, American Bushido 7. He a quick little turnaround here in September to fight against Roy Nelson in the prelims, just to kind of have a card that's happening in Japan under his belt. As he's good at 6-1 on the Blue Cat Epic. Sean, the lone backer for Roy Nelson. There we go. As Mike Quick Swick taking on Nick Diaz. Jesus Christ. As Nick Diaz is the 14th ranked welterweight in Pride. Mike Quick Swick is 23rd. Nick Diaz has won 3 of his last 5 fights by decision. This is the first time they've fought. This to the Pride debut of Nick Diaz. And he has the underdog for the Black Cat stat picks. 5-2. Mike Quick Swick has the slight advantage. Nick Diaz, so far, in this world, 10-5. He's been in UFC. He's had his run in Pancrase. So we signed him to rings just to kind of sign him into, potentially elevate him into Pride FC, but he lost to Flavio Luis Mora and John Fitch, who are two guys that are part of Pride FC right now. But he went back to Pancrase, signed the UFC. He beat Pete Sell, he beat PJ Dean. Then he lost to John Alicio at UFC 71. They all have been good fights. I think he can keep that streak going here. And he's got to have a good fight with Mike Quickswick, who has had a tough go in the welterweight division. He lost to John Fitch in his debut, but then he beat Frank Trigg, who a lot of people beat Frank Trigg, as Frank Trigg's nothing to talk about. But the American Beast Shooter 7 by knockout. I think this is a good fight. This is going to be an exciting fight, and both guys that can really do it all. Excited to see how it plays out. And as far as this prelims goes, this is a very, very good prelim fight. 10-5 Nick Diaz, 8-5 Mike Quickswick. San Jose, California, Stockton, California, of course. His kickboxing background from Mike Quickswick, jiu-jitsu boxing style of Nick Diaz, both with no team. Minus 240, plus 190. So Nick Diaz does have the betting line advantage, but the Blurcast stat pick still had him as the underdog. So here we go. Hideki Nagumo's a referee. Our judges at ringside. They begin. Touch gloves. They engage. Swick scores with a two punches out of a flurry of only finds the gloves with the right hand, though, as Diaz lands two jabs. This lands a right hook to the body. They engage. Diaz misses a couple of jabs, but lands a left hook. As Mike Quickswick scores with a jab and also has a good right hand hit. Both fighters step in to strike. Swick misses the big right hand, playing him off balance. That idea is to attack with a few quick jabs that followed by a right hand to the body. Both fighters move and engage. Swick misses the jab and connects with the right hand, as Diaz hits the three out of a flurry of four punches, but fails on the hook attempt to the body. There's a takedown attempt by Nick Diaz, which Swick almost got away, but not quite, as he's left hopping while Nick Diaz has a hold of his one leg. He tries to up against the ropes. There's a knee strike just above the hip, as there's a knee strike to the thigh, as he's looking to try to maintain his control via his wrestling skills, but Swick works enough space to clear out and circle out. As both fighters move and engage, Diaz quickly throws a punch but lands it, but has his left hook blocked. As he finds a way past his opponent's guard, he lands a sharp 1-2 to Mike Swick. They come together. Swick scores a left hook. There's a 1-2 from Nick Diaz. They come together and strike. Throws 5 quick punches and lands 3 of them, and he can't hit that left cross. So he hits a punch but misses the right hook. As he lands a left jab, but has his right hand absorbed on the gloves as Mike Quickswick. There's 2 jabs, also has a right hand to the body. Does Nick Diaz, as there's a 1-2 from Mike Quickswick. There's a 3 quick punches from the floor, but fails to land the hook to the body. As Swick dodges the left hand, counterattacks with a glancing blow with a from a right head kick, rather. As both fighters move and engage. Doesn't connect with the left jab, but hits a kick to the lead leg. As he lands 2 of his 4 quick punches, hits the left cross. They come together and strike. Misses the big right hand, allowing Diaz to counter with a jab and a solid left hand. Blood is visible on Swick now. A strike looked to have opened up a nasty cut above his eye. As they come together and engage, showing a striking ability. Diaz hits a wicked 5-punch combination. Then ends with a hook to the body. He's displaying quick hands again. Mike Swick now lights up his opponents with 6 quick punches. His moves comes together and strikes. Swick slips past the left hook attempt. Attacks with a nice left jab and a nice right hook. 2 fighters come to engage. Swick lands 2 jabs, but has a right hand taken on the gloves. Diaz manages to connect with 2 punches out of a flurry. Then hits a right to the body. Swick slowing down just a little. He's starting to get into the gas tank now. They come together and engage. Diaz misses the left hook and gets grounded with a jab and a right hand that narrowly fails to escape. Swick hits a left jab, then catches Diaz with a right hook. They step in to strike. Doesn't connect with the left jab and lands the right hook. Scores with 2 punches out of a flurry, then scores a right hook to the side of the body. 60 seconds left in the first round. They meet in the center. Swick lands a left jab on the right cross. Diaz lands 2 out of 3 quick punches. Doesn't connect with the left hand of the body. As Diaz now appeared to suffer a gash underneath his eye. They stand trained in the center ring, but neither fighter gives or takes any real damage. As they engage with strikes, but neither lands anything worthwhile. And that's the end of the first round. What a performance. We had a lot of strikes landed. As 43-34 is the, as far as the fight metrics go. Diaz, he went for that takedown, but Mike Swick did a great job of blocking it. I would have to give a slight advantage to Nick Diaz as far as, strikes landed and whatnot. But Mike Quickswick, I think he can still win this fight, though. It is still very, very close. If he has a dominant second round, he could sway this one and have a unanimous decision win. So yeah, that was an exciting fucking fight, and that's an exciting first round. Let's see if they can continue. Both fighters are bleeding. We're quiet attention for the cut in between rounds. That's the final bell. They exchange strikes at relatively close range, but nothing really happens, as there's already a pause, as they have to make sure that it's not a fight ender. It's not. That was kind of weird, as both fighters meet in the center. There's a left hook. There's a pair of jabs, also a right hook to the body. As he misses the right cross, leaves him over for the counter, which allows a couple of jabs that are followed by a left cross. They engage. There's lands 2 of the 3 quick punches, and then gets a right hand blocked. There's a couple of jabs, also scores with the right hook to the side of the body. As he misses the right hook, leaves himself wide open to be countered with a sequence of quick jabs that are followed by a right to the body. First time now, Nick Diaz is starting to breathe a little heavier. Halfway point in the second round, they come there and strike. Nothing really damaging lands. They engage. He dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a brace of jabs that are followed by a right hook to the ribs. Looking very tired. Swick isn't able to resist being pulled into a clinch by Diaz. Trying to push him against, so his back is up against the ropes. He does so, as there's a knee strike to the ribs. He's got him pinned up against the ropes. Uses some dirty boxing to inflict some damage. There's a short right uppercut. There's another knee strike to the ribs. There's a right to the side of the stomach. There's a couple of nice left hands to the side of the head, and that's the end of the fight. Nick Diaz won that one for sure. Yeah, he just so many strikes, and Nick Diaz is gonna be a fucking problem. I don't know why the fucking all those people were down Nick Diaz. This man is a problem. As the judges, the unanimous decision wins by Nick Diaz. That's a great fucking fight. 11-5 will be Nick Diaz. 8-6 is my quick swick. That's a tough one, though. That was a hell of a performance. As Nick Diaz name checks all of his sponsors, and he thanks all of his fans for trying to support him. Amber asks who he'd be interested in fight next. He replies that John Fitch better get prepared because he's coming for him. He's looking to avenge his rings loss. How fun. He's one John Fitch. Roy Big Country Nelson taking on Frank Mir. 4-1, 6-2, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Kung Fu, and Jiu-Jitsu. That's wild. This Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Academy is Frank Mir representing no team. Roy Big Country Nelson, 6 foot, 265, 6'1", 245. Both from Las Vegas. Minus 210 in the betting line, plus 160. So it's still close. I think it's going to be a hell of a fight, though. Both men can kind of do standing and take it to the ground. Frank Mir obviously a fucking problem more on the ground than Big Country is. We'll see as Iwani Takawa, rather, Jesus, as is our referee, our ringside judges. Opening bell, they touch gloves, they meet in the center. There's a right hand that's blocked. Nelson tries a right hand, but it also gets blocked. Both they move in, doesn't connect to the left jab, also misses the right hand. This is tick for tack right now. I don't think anything has landed. As he gets countered with a left jab and a right cross, does Roy Nelson. Frank Mir slips past the right hook attempt to attacks with a quick left hook of his own. As looks like they come together and strike. Dodges the right hand and counterattacks with a jab, and it has a big right hand that just misses. Attacks with strikes. Lands 2 left hands in the exchange. As he throws a 2-punch combo, but Frank Mir avoided both of them. There's a left hook. As Nelson lands cleanly with a powerful straight right hand, and there's a knockout. Frank Mir is down and out. And your winner by knockout is Roy Big Country Nelson. What a huge win and an upset for him. 5-1. As, my God, I did not see the knockout coming. 6-3 will be Frank Mir, who he just lost to Daniel Puder. He was on a 2-fight win streak, and now he loses here. 2-2 in Pride will be Frank Mir. Tough one, but that's a big-time win for Roy Nelson. Hell of a win, as he name checks all of his sponsors and he thanks all of his fans for now supporting him. He celebrates his Pride debut victory and says he's already looking for the next fight. He has an innate charisma that allows him to get a good reaction during these interviews. As up next, main fight now, the Dutch lumberjack Peter Arts taking on Yoshihiro Takayama. 2-4, 0-0 obviously from the Dutch lumberjack Peter Arts, who's no stranger to combat sports, but here in mixed martial arts, his first time competing. Well, it's still a ring, so it's just not really the same. He can be taken to the ground. Minus 460, though, on the betting lines. Plus 360 for Takayama. If he can get to the ground, he could somehow muscle his way into something with it, but I just don't feel like it's going to happen. I feel like Peter Hart's going to knock him out with a head kick. Mario Yamasaki's a referee, our judges. Takayama's got a good 35 pounds on him, though, so we'll see if that's it's going to be a big advantage for him. Takayama being in front of his own crowd gets a loud cheers. He enters. Round 1 begins. They touch gloves. Takayama looked like he was about to shoot, but Arts simply took the initiative first. Jab is wide from Arts, and he lands the big right hand. Stalking forward, Arts backs him up towards the center, misses the left hand, and exchanges Takayama. Fails to find home his jab, and then lands the right hand. There's a low kick to the legs after the left jab. as he stalks him back into the corner, steps into the pocket, as there's a nice jab on a right head kick. He's looking to step in and grapple, but again, Arts took the initiative. Such a trouble his opponent with a combination ending in the body kick, though, as again, he's trying to trap him in the corner. Takayama lands a left hand. As he can't connect with the jab, he hits Takayama with a spinning kick to the body. As Takayama shoots him for the takedown, there we go. He only catches Takayama in half guard, though. As in half guard, Takayama begins working to get side control. As there, he's in mount now. And there's some big right hands, and Peter Arts is struggling to cope. There is heavy shot after heavy shot. And there you go. We have a huge upset thanks to Takayama's catch wrestling background. Takes him down and completely destroys him. Yoshihiro Takayama wins as he is now 3-4. Peter Arts sadly is going to be 0-1. But I definitely want to see him and Jolene Banner go at it. As Yoshihiro Takayama name checks all of his sponsors, he thanks all of his fans and who turned out to support him, says that being such a heavy underdog helped motivate him during training. He's delighted to have caused such a upset, proven the bookies wrong. The prodigy BJ Penn taking on Gleison Tebow, 11-0, 14-2. Betting lines -730 plus 580. Both Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, both 5'9", both weighed in at 161. The Pit taking on Roof Sport. This is gonna be a hell of a fight. Hideki Nagumo's a referee. Our ringside judges. The fight begins. Touch of gloves. Penn looks confident, shortening the range, looking to strike. Throws a quick 1-2, but doesn't land either blow. Combo that ends with a head kick attempt fails to land for BJ Penn. He can't connect with the jab. Hits a nice straight right hand that lands hard. There's two quick punches, doesn't end either of them though. Tebow moves in fast, lunges with him, wrestles him up against the ropes. He can't move BJ Penn though. He finds himself being out wrestled. Looking to trip him up to the ground. It's unsuccessful though. Tebow maintains a good solid base. Looking for it again. This time he gets it. Quick inside leg trip. He can do nothing but pull guard. Trying to pass. He isn't able to pass the guard attempt though. Trying to get better position. Tebow keeping that guard secure, doing a great job. As he passes guard, but Tebow was ready for the scramble, and it begins. BJ Penn somehow comes out on top of it as he's in north-south position, trying to move the side control, but Tebow senses the shift in weight and scrambles again. As Tebow mistakenly leaves his back exposed, and BJ Penn sees that chance and takes it. Looking for the rear naked choke, doesn't allow it though. Blocks attempt to roll him off his back. He gets both hooks in though, looking for that rear naked choke, and again, Gleison Tebow fights it off. He cannot get himself free of the hooks, and finally he cannot resist the rear naked choke. It is in deep, and Gleison Tebow has to tap out. 14-3 is Gleison Tebow. 12-0 is BJ Penn the Prodigy. He's just going to be a problem for everybody in this lightweight division, and that is 8:51. Rear naked choke is rated decent as he moves on to the finals. No surprise there, but this fight though, this could really go either way. Gilbert El Nino Melendez taking on the Fireball Kid. Takano Gomi, 5'8", 161, 5'9", 161. For Gilbert Melendez, Santa Ana, California, Tokyo, Japan, 14-7, 11-1. Both wrestling, boxing backgrounds. Minnesota Martial Arts Academy for Gilbert Melendez. Takada Dojo for the Fireball Kid. -150 plus 110 rather. Jesus Christ. As DeCu takes on BJ Penn in the finals. Iwan Takawa is our referee. Our ringside judges has about to fight in front of our own crowd. Takano Gomi, unsurprisingly, gets a loud ovation. He makes his entrance. There's the bell. They touch gloves. They engage. There's Takano Gomi lands 2 of the 3 quick punches and then lands a right hand to the body. Melendez nails a right cross. He can't hit the set right jab and then hits Melendez with a straight left. There's a 1-2 but doesn't land either blow. He clinches with Melendez, trying to push him against the ropes. He does so as Melendez pins Gomi to the ropes. No, to go down low and grab his legs. He's got it. Cannot stop that takedown. Takano Gomi gives up side control. Pounds away on Gomi, doesn't do much damage. As he fires away with punches, doesn't let on the way of damage. Blocks Takano Gomi, transition to guard. In position with side control and hits a knee to the ribs. As he commonly dealt with, he's just trying to pound on Gomi, but all the blows are commonly dealt with. As he blocks Takano Gomi, keeps on guessing a few quick strikes. Blocks a dim-tip guard. Throws a few right hands as he takes a moment to plan ahead. He blocks him again now. As a lengthy stalemate period results in the referee standing back up. There's a right hand. He can't connect with the jab. Hits the nice straight left hand. Lands a pair of tentative jabs. It's quick 1-2. Doesn't land either blow. Does Takano Gomi. They meet in the center. Start to strike. Melendez misses the right cross. Leaves him over the counter. As there's a pair of jabs and the left hook that is avoided at the last second. As Jesus, combine both of them. As Gomi connects with a nice jab and then hits Melendez with a body kick. Look at the intense as Gomi moves around the ring, moves in closer, As he lands a right jab and finds something there on the big left. He comes forward, the two fighters start trading blows. There's two left hands in exchange. He connects with a jab and misses the bigger left hand. As there's a jab in the exchange, there's two quick punches but doesn't hit either of them. As Gomi can't hit the setup right jab and scores a left to the body. Slowing down just a little, he starts to get into the gas tank now, steps in, seemingly willing to strike if it means getting close enough to wrestle. There's a right jab and there's a nice straight left hand. They meet in the center, start to strike. Gomi hits a right jab, it has a left hand block. Melendez hits a left jab, but it misses the right hand. They engage with strikes, neither can land anything worthwhile. Quick exchange strikes does not produce any damage. They step in to strike. There's a right cross that leaves them wide open for the counter. Gomi comes in with a solid left hand. Combination that ends with a roundhouse body kick fails to land for Takanori Gomi. He's ready for it, manages to catch that kick. Looking for that takedown, he gets it. He has to pull guard. Minute left. Can Gil Melendez do something to finish this fight? I highly doubt. I think this is going to go the distance. As he throws back to avoid some wild punches. Melendez pounds away, but Gomi doesn't travel them. And again, throws out some punches again from the bottom, and Melendez has to lean back. And that is the end of your round. It's tough, because you're looking at those fight metrics, and it seems to be pretty obvious who won that round. Gilman Melendez was 2 for 2 on on takedowns rather, Jesus Christ. He had landed 41 strikes to 16. It seems like, if it's standing, obviously Takanori Gomi has the slight advantage. He just can't be taken to the ground. If he has a dominant second round, where he does not get taken down to the ground, he can very well easily sway this one and win, but it's going to be close. If Gilman Melendez just gets one takedown, it's over. So here we go. Gomi can't hit the right jab, then catches Melendez with a left hook. Gets a hold of Gomi without taking too much damage, trying to wrestle back against the ropes. He does so. Looking to go down low. Alright. He's got it. Gilman Melendez has basically punched his ticket and is going into the finals. He's starting to work to get out of half guard in a better position. He gets his leg free, as he's got side control now. He pounds away, but unable to land many clean shots on Takanori Gomi. There's a knee to the ribs. Takes a knee strike to the ribs from under side control. Fires off some rights, but Gomi has some trouble with the strikes. Blocks Gomi as he tries to transition the guard. Pounds away with rights, but doesn't do really a great deal of damage. Blocks attempt to pull guard. Unloads some right hands, but does fairly minimal damage. Trying to move the guard, but Melendez doesn't allow it. Stuck under side control, Gomi takes a knee strike to the ribs. Pounds away, but Gomi has trouble with the strikes. Again, talking about Gomi, he just can't transition the guard. Can't manage it. There's a knee strike to the ribs. And that is your end of your fight, and your winner, being 12-1 now, Gilman El Nino Melendez. That was a dominant round from Melendez, your winner, and slight upset. As 14-8 will be Takanori Gomi, who he beat Hiroshi Sirora, there we go, Jesus Christ, as at the Japanese large local show at the end of 2004. He beat Spencer Kingfisher. He beat Eddie Alvarez, and as far as in this Grand Prix, now he's going to take on, somebody before he takes on whoever wins the lightweight Grand Prix tonight, just so we can kind of get some momentum going into their title fight in the future. As Quentin Rampage Jackson takes on Alan Goes, 9-3-1, 10-6-3, wrestling boxing style of Quentin Rampage Jackson, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style, Jesus Christ, of Alan Goes. Brazilian top team for Alan Goes, 6'205", 6'1", 205 for Quentin Rampage Jackson. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Nashville, Tennessee for Quentin Rampage Jackson as -210, +170. Hideki Naguma's the referee. Our judges at ringside say, even though they weighed in the same, Jackson put on that weight. He's looking a lot bigger now. They touch gloves. He can't connect with those step strikes and lands the big right hand, as that may have hurt his own hand right there, judging from his reaction. As if there's any sort of major damage for that hand going to cause a problem, going to cause some major problems. Quentin Rampage Jackson, there's a quick punch. As Go seizes that chance, grabs him. He's looking to fight it to the ground, but Goes tries to pull Jackson down as he counters brutally slamming him into the mat. As he comes, in comes Jackson, looking to get some control on the ground. Doesn't get farther than being in guard, though. There's several small strikes that Goes always keeping close by the body contact, so he has no work to work with. Looking for an arm. Doesn't allow his arm to be taken. Attempts to pass a guard. Gain better position. Goes, tries to counter the pass attempt, and they find themselves scrambling for position. Scrambles to his feet, but Jackson immediately drives him against the ropes. There's a knee strike to the ribs. So I think there was another knee strike to the ribs. as he attempts to use a knee strike, but Alan goes pulls the clinch tighter. Goes for the ribs, then the head with short punches as Alan goes. There's a knee strike to the thigh area. There's a knee to the stomach. There's another knee, but Goes seizes that chance to create some space and break free. So there's a quick punch. Alan Goes comes in, grabs Jackson in the clinch, grabs an arm and tries to pull Jackson down on the ground, but gets pulled down and sucked into the guard. Does Quentin Rampage Jackson, looking to get an armbar. Jackson blocks it, trying to start to work the pass. Goes fights off the attempt, and they wind up scrambling for position. As he's up first quickly again, grabbing up and putting him up against the ropes. There's a knee strike to the thigh, another knee strike to the thigh. There's a knee inside his own knee. Looks for a knee strike, but again, Alan Goes works enough space to pull clear and circle out. Throws a punch, but Alan Goes was equal to it, seizing the opportunity. Alan Goes clinches, grabs an arm, trying to pull him down again. He does it, I think, twice now. Looking for an armbar from the bottom, he can't secure it, trying to pass guard. Scramble's ready, though. Scramble sees Goes up first, only to be grabbed and immediately wrestled. I mean, this was just rinse and repeat at this point. More knee strikes. Again, using that wrestling skill to prevent the space from throwing any more knee strikes. But there's a knee to the thigh. There's a hard foot stomp. There's a knee to the stomach. Just using that wrestling skills to prevent any knee strikes to be thrown. As he attempts it, but Goes tightens the clinch. And now Hideki Nagumo brings him back to the center. 36 seconds left. There's a weak flicked left hand jab from Alan Goes. There's a quick punch that doesn't land, though. And he's starting to breathe a little heavier now. There's a little trash talk from Quentin Rampage Jackson. Looked like he was angling the grapple, but he couldn't take the initiative. There's a jab and a right cross that lands hard. As Goes looks hurt and may have broken his jaw, judging by Jesus Christ. We've had a possibly right hand injury from Quentin Rampage Jackson. We got a broken jaw now to end out that first round. I think if you look at the fight metrics, it's very clear that Quentin Rampage Jackson won that one. Kind of crazy that Alan Goes doesn't get takedown attempts for pulling him into his guard. Is what it is, but yeah, Quentin Rampage Jackson so far is doing a great job. As a final round now, there's a quick punch, doesn't land it though. Alan Goes comes in close, grabs him with a clinch, looking to wrap his legs around his waist, pulling him in the guard, but there's a vicious slam as a counter. Jesus Christ, on his back Goes, watches as Quentin Rampage Jackson comes in, looking to get dominant position. Tries to get around it, but eventually has to settle for being in guard. Looking to get side control, can't get quite past the side control. Looking for the armbar from the bottom. Jackson doesn't let his arm to be taken. Throws a few right hands. He takes a moment to plan ahead, looking for that armbar. He gets it! Alan Goes with the armbar. Oh my God. This man did not give up. Trying to get that armbar. He had a broken jaw in the process, and he taps out Quentin Rampage Jackson from the bottom. What a great performance for Alan Goes. Quentin Rampage Jackson, if he didn't fuck up his hand on that first punch, would have been a knockout in the first round. We just never really know. As Alan Goes 2-0 against Quentin Rampage Jackson. Now Quentin Rampage Jackson's gonna be 9-4-1. 11-6-3 will be Alan Goes. What a win for him. That was huge as he name checks everyone at Brazilian Top Team. I was very responsive to the friends, family, and supporters. Showing respect, Alan Goes praise Jackson for his skill and toughness. As now we've got Mario Ninja Hua taking on Vitor the Phenom Belfort. As 15-2 is Mario Ninja Hua. 12-6 is Vitor the Phenom Belfort. 5'11", 205, 6'2", 205. 25 years old, 27 years old, both Brazilians. As Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu boxing style, Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu style. Mario Ninja Hua and Vitor Belfort, who's fairly 2-0. No team for Vitor Belfort, surprisingly. It's plus 270, minus 340. Mario has the slight advantage, but so far tonight, it's been the night of upsets. We'll see what happens here, though. Mario Masaki's our referee, our judges at ringside. Although they're weighed in about the same, it's noticeable that Vitor Belfort looks a lot heavier than his opponent now. As they meet in the center, there's a 1-2 from Hua. There's a left cross from Belfort. Comes forward, Hua is willing to take some hits if that's able to get close enough to grapple. There's a left jab that can't connect, but he catches Hua with a crunching left hook. They come together. There's a right cross. There's one for the counter. There's a left cross from Belfort. Can't connect with a set of strikes and hits a crunching straight left to the jaw, and there's a knockout. Vitor Belfort knocks him out. What a fucking win in 1 minute, as it was rated good. 13-6 is Vitor Belfort. 15-3 is Mario Ninja Hua. The night of upsets is the final conflict show. Jesus Christ. What a win. What a huge win for Vitor Belfort. He needed that more than anything. Mario going to 15-3. This man has only lost to Courtney Jackson, Chuck Liddell, now Vitor Belfort. He's beaten a lot of names, though. He's beat Chuck Liddell once before. He's beaten Anderson Silva. He's taken on some big names. Vitor Belfort, he finally gets a big win under his belt here in Bright FC. That's definitely his biggest win to date. Awesome Vitor Belfort. He needed that more than anything. Upset win there. Thanks to the sponsors and all the fans who turn out to support him, and they also thank God for giving him the power to win. He asked about the knockout. He says he's managed to land that last punch perfectly. He knows that he can always rely on this knockout power. As our co-main event, Ironhead Kazuki Vegeta taking on Hideko Yoshida. Has 3-1, 6-4, 34 years old, 35 years old, 6 foot 240, 5'11", 220. Wrestling style, obviously, Kazuki Vegeta. Judo style, obviously, of Yoshida. Takada Dojo for Kazuki Vegeta. No team for Yoshida. Minus 330, plus 260, so the wrestler has the advantage. We'll see what happens, though. As a referee for this bout, Mario Yamasaki, the man who survived Micro Crow Crab's head kick. Kazuki Vegeta. Both fighters get a good reaction during their entrances. They're both fighting from a crowd tonight. Round 1 begins. They get in close, and they get into a clinch. Yoshida works his way in the dominant position, trying to wrestle Vegeta up against the ropes. He can't manage it, though, as Vegeta fights it. Now he's looking to win. Again, trying to push Vegeta so that his back is up against the ropes. He can't do it, and he finds himself being out-wrestled again. Now he's looking to muscle up against the ropes. Both men at a stalemate. They just keep on fighting each other off as they're trying to muscle them against the ropes. Vegeta wrestles him, look at him, and he finally gets someone does something here. He pins Yoshida up against the ropes, and he's pressed up against the ropes. He's held there. They dirty box each other at that range for the next, say, a minute or so. As they wrestles back up against Vegeta, throwing him around so now his back is up against the ropes. There's some dirty boxing, but his opponent's wrestling skills prevent any damage from happening. And again, using his wrestling skills to prevent any damage from happening. Vegeta's just a menace at this point. Just keeps on preventing anything from happening. Finally, referee restarts him back in the center. He has a left hand. As Vegeta fails to find his jab, but he hits Yoshida with a straight right. Throws a quick punch, doesn't hit it though. Yoshida clinches, trying to wrestle against the ropes. He does so, now he's got Vegeta pinned. Vegeta just using that wrestling to nullify anything. Again, Vegeta goes to the ribs, then the head with short punches. Again, just the wrestling preventing anything from happening. As trying to keep Vegeta up against the ropes for some dirty boxing, but now Vegeta works enough space to slip out of the way and back to the center. Vegeta's slowing down just a little and starts thinking the gas tanks, as is Yoshida. Stepping in, Yoshida aggressively gets the dominant position. As he's looking to muscle him against the ropes, he does so, using some dirty boxing to prevent anything from happening there. As Vegeta scores a few punches to the ribs, his opponent's wrestling skills prevent any damage. There's a few short punches to the ribs and lands as Vegeta. Yoshida again trying dirty boxing, but Vegeta wrestles and switches that now he's in the dominant position. This has just been two men, wrestling around. As this 30 seconds goes by with something of a stalemate happening, neither fighter can really do anything to prove or generate an advantage. No progress being made again. They have to separate them. As he gets the step strikes, then there's a nice straight right hand from Vegeta, lands hard. There's a right cross that lands hard. Oh, I thought it was going to be the end of the fight right there. I thought he was going to get a knockout. But Vegeta doing a great job. He's been dominating this fight. 29-10 on the fight strikes, on the fight metrics rather, Jesus Christ. Then the strikes landed, and Vegeta doing a great fucking job. Final round now, they come in close, they get into a clinch. Yoshida manages to get aggressive, good position, push him up against the ropes, now he's pinned him, but again, wrestling to prevent anything from happening. There's a few punches to the ribs land as Vegeta fights back, as now, again, Vegeta wrestles his way out of trouble, manages to turn him around, so now his back is up against the ropes. Got him pinned there. Next minute or so, they see him hitting each other with short punches in that position. Vegeta exerts still control, keeping him smothered against the ropes. They remain there for the next minute, doing a little other than occasional short punches. Another separation, as Vegeta's starting to have to push himself now. His corner responds by urging him a little louder. A few deep breaths betray that Yoshida's starting to get a deeper reach of his gas tank. Hits the left hand but misses the vicious right hand. Minute left. Yoshida warily circles, looking at the opening. He needs to initiate some grappling. Vegeta hits the left hand and finds something there on the big right. Calvin moves in closer. There's a left jab. Again, Yoshida avoids the big right. He's breathing very, very hard now as Kazuki Vegeta moves in now. Aiming to get in close, but Vegeta was the more aggressive. There's a punch, but Yoshida avoids it. He can't connect the stripes. There's a nice straight right hand that lands hard. He almost falls down here. That last strike really hurt him. And that's the saved by the bell from getting knocked out, is Hideki Yoshida. as Kazuki Vegeta will win this one. He was going to be 7-4. Yoshida's going to be 3-2. Hell of a performance by Kazuki Vegeta. It's a very poor fight, but my God, Vegeta doing a great job. He at least was like trying to land shots. Yoshida just had zero game plan. Just sucking Hideki Yoshida. Giving thanks to Kazuki Vegeta. Praises team at Takata Dojo's various spots of the fans who came to support him. Kazuki Vegeta gives a show respect to his opponent there. As in our main event for the lightweight title, 12-0 is BJ Penn. 12-1 is Gilbert El Nino Melendez. Both 5'9", both 161. The betting lines, -400, +310. This is the closest the betting lines have been for a BJ Penn fight. And it's, definitely are the second best guy in the lightweight division in Gilbert Melendez. That's kind of scary. That's still that far apart. As the pit for BJ Penn, Minnesota Martial Arts Academy, Jesus Christ, is Gilbert Melendez. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu style of BJ Penn. Wrestling boxing style of Gilbert Melendez. San Diego, California. Hilo, Hawaii. As this is what we've been waiting for. Months and months of build. It is finally time for our finals of this lightweight Grand Prix. The last Grand Prix, I think, for a while. We might do an open weight one, but other than that, as far as titles go, this might be, well, we might do a heavyweight one. We haven't really done a heavyweight one. As lightweight Grand Prix finals is here. Deki Naguma will be our referee, our judges. Here we go, they touch gloves. BJ Penn uses the left jab and finds something in the air on the big right. He comes forward, throws a counter jab, but doesn't connect it. Jab hits some from BJ Penn, then scores the right to the body. A jab lands from Penn. Uses the big right hand, follows up. Scores the two weak flicked left jabs. There's two punches, doesn't hit either of them though. They meet in the center. He slips past the right hook attempt and attacks with a head kick that landed only a glancing blow to BJ Penn. Come forward. Two fighters start trading blows. There's a jab, it misses. There's a left hand, but misses the vicious right hand. Comes in with a flurry of 4 quick punches, landing all of them, and then catches Melendez with the right hook. There's a jab that hits some from BJ Penn, then lands the right hand. May have been aiming to get in close, but BJ Penn aggressively took the initiative first. Jab is wide from BJ Penn, that hits Melendez with the beauty of a straight right. Comes forward on the attack. There's a jab, and there's right cross. Jesus Christ, good hand speed there from BJ Penn. Lands 2 of a 3 flurry of punches, but misses when he attempts a big head kick to follow. He started to slow down a touch, perhaps conserving lower energy already. Looking confident, shortening the range. Appear to be going in close, but again, BJ Penn took the initiative. Throws a punch, but Melendez avoids it. Misses the left jab, but hits his big right hand. As he doesn't connect with the left jab, nails the right cross. As Melendez smiles, which is generally a sign that last shot hurt him. As Melendez may have been aiming to get in close, but BJ Penn aggressively took the initiative. A jab hits some from BJ Penn that hits Melendez with a straight right. As he misses the right cross and leaps over for the counter, Melendez comes in with the left cross. He comes forward, two fighters start trading blows. There's a jab, but misses. He uses the left jab and avoids the big right. Confidently moves in closer and throws some strikes. He connects with a nice jab and then catches Melendez with a nice right hook. As halfway point now, comes forward, moves in, steps into the pocket, looking to pressure him. A flurry of 3 punches from Penn sees him all connect, but his big right hand follows up, misses. Moves in closer, looking to open up an attack. There's a 1-2, but BJ Penn fails to land it. BJ Penn fails to find home his jab and hits Melendez with a straight right hand, slowing down a touch. Skasting is being challenged. Cheers, BJ Penn. Definitely both men are being challenged, as they've already had one fight before this. BJ Penn circles, smirking. Confidently comes in closer. Jab is wide from BJ Penn. He hits the nice straight right hand that lands hard. Connects with a jab and misses the vicious right hand. Comes in close to Melendez, looking to leech some strikes. This is a left jab, but Melendez avoids the big right. BJ Penn's breathing very, very hard now, looking for the takedown. He doesn't get it. Something of a thing that Melendez is not used to. He doesn't get that takedown. He's left hopping on one leg while Melendez has all the other one. Pushes up against the ropes. Looking to go down low now. Looking to try to take him down. He gets it. There's side control too. Melendez fires off some punches. They aren't throwing any great force. Trying to transition guard, but can't manage it. Knee strike just above the hip there. Loads some right hands, but BJ Penn deals with him comfortably. Tries to move to guard, but Melendez doesn't allow it. There's a knee strike to the rib. As he takes a knee strike to the ribs, but exceeded and unbalancing Melendez enough that there's a little power. Another knee strike to the ribs. Fires off a handful of punches, each easily being blocked with gloves. Tries to pull guard on Melendez, but doesn't get any with the attempt. There's another knee strike just above the hip, and that's the end of your first round. Man, if it wasn't for that takedown, that would have been all BJ Penn. That was a great job on Melendez. He sensed that the timing was right. got the takedown, and he landed a couple of shots to make this a little bit more even. Still a slight edge for BJ Penn. I think he controlled the majority of that round. It's going to come to the second round. It all comes down to these last 5 minutes. And we will see who is the first ever lightweight champion and the lightweight Grand Prix winner. As Melendez has looked like he was angling for a takedown, but he couldn't take the initiative. So 1-2 punch that fails to land from BJ Penn. He doesn't connect with the jab. There's the scores of the right across, though. As I think, right hook, rather, excuse me. Has pair of left jabs and also connects with the right hand as Melendez. Penn looking shattered, cannot stop Melendez putting into a clinch as a knee strike to the body. Looking to muscle up against the ropes. He does so. Now he's got him pinned. There's a hard foot stomp. Looking to take him down. He does so. This is a great job by Melendez. There's an outside leg trip. Now he's got a pulled half guard. He's throwing a couple punches to the body. Looking to try to scramble, but Melendez is quick to move in and prevent that. There's a few quick strikes. Clearly just slowing things down and he catches breath. More punches to the body. Trying to get some separation. He can't do it. BJ Penn's just fighting against exhaustion at this point. There's a few strikes. Clearly slowing things down. Attempts to get some separation, though, to stand up, but he can't do it. As attempts to pass half guard and gain better position. As he gains side control after getting his leg free from half guard. There's a knee strike to the ribs there. I know some right hands, but big right hands. But BJ Penn covers up well. Tries to move. Melendez doesn't allow, and that's the end of the fight, man. I think we got to give it to Gilbert Melendez. Your winner in upsetting BJ Penn. Gilbert fucking Melendez. Oh, we got one for Melendez, one for BJ Penn, and one for BJ Penn. Whoa! Wait a goddamn second here. A split decision win for BJ Penn. Wow. We have some controversy here. My God. That's nuts. I mean, it's, 40, or it's 30 to at least 50. I think, 50. 51 to be exact. Wow. That's tough. Gil Melendez was robbed here tonight at Final Conflict 2005. He deserved that upset. This was the night of upsets, and he should have won it here. The fucking judges screwed him. As we're 13-0 is BJ Penn. 12-2 is Gilbert El Nino Melendez. I will say this match needs to happen. I'm hoping for a Shockwave card. If we can get it at Shockwave, or we can get it somewhere else down the line, a big card, because this should be a main event for sure. That was a hell of a fight. Thanks everyone connected to the pit for this fight. The sponsors supporting him financially. BJ Penn says very happy to won the Pride FC Lightweight Grand Prix. I don't think he should be happy, though. He stole it, thanks to the judges. He wants to make this a springboard to future success. He's good in these interviews and knows how to sell himself well. Man, oh man. Robbed was Gilbert Melendez. The critical rating was a 70. We'll gladly take that. Commercial rating, though, still an 82. I think because the draw value wasn't high, but still 11,000 attendance for this show. We had some good stuff. We decreased just some very small percentages. A big percentage, though, in Australia. But other than that, I'm okay with basically how we did everything. The final night win for Alan Goes and Courtney Jackson. That makes sense. That was a great fight. Submission of the night goes to Alan Goes. Alan Goes is about $100,000 richer tonight. Knockout of the night was Vitor Belfort. That was crazy that he knocked him out in very exciting fashion. And we gained $3 million in exchange for that. Man, tough one for Gilbert Melendez. Getting robbed like that. I think that just goes to show everyone, you can't let that be decided by the judges. You gotta finish that fight when you have the chance. But we have to have that fight happen. We have to have Gilbert Melendez, BJ Penn. If we can have it at Shockwave, that'd be great. We'll see how their availability is. BJ Penn can do it. Looks like they can do it. It's been settled. We're doing it. BJ Penn, Gilbert Melendez will happen at the Shockwave card. Probably the co-main event, as Big Nog and Vandalay will be the main. Awesome. Yeah, it needed to happen. Needed to fucking happen. As our next card, fully loaded, Pride 30. We're going to have Matt Hughes and Tetsuji Kato battling out for the welterweight title. Alistair Overeem and Ice Cold Igor. That's a fun little co-main. Pat Miletich, Carlos Newton. Which, fuck Pat Miletich, as he was a part of the people that stormed the Capitol building in the United States. That's just great. What a piece of shit. It has to be a Croakout taking on Fabricio Verdum. That's Tetsuya Kawajiri taking on Shinya Oyuki, and then Keith Jardine and Ronaldo Brawl in the opener. Exciting stuff there. Exciting stuff. I'm excited to see I'm not really sure what I'm going to do as far as now middleweight champion Chuck Liddell, as we have some big shit happening for Chuck. Because, I mean, Vitor Belfort did a big win. I feel like, let's look at the rankings real quick before we end this episode. I mean, really, it's going to be Anderson Silva, Chuck Liddell. That's for sure happening. And then, next fight for Chuck Liddell or Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva wins. It's going to be Vitor Belfort. Beat Mario. He could take on Alex Stiebling or Frank Schumacher or Dan Henderson to really solidify that, but I think he deserves it. I think we should give it to him right away after Anderson Silva fight. But I think that's going to happen. Let's see, this is 6 days. Anderson Silva, I think Chuck Liddell's already ready to go. 13 days. So we can have that relatively soon. I think we're going to have that at Pride 31 at Unbreakable. I think that's a fun main event for that show. And yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so thank you all for watching. As well, going to be episode 50 coming up next. I have 50 episodes. This has been a fucking blast to do. As it will be Pride FC's 30 fully loaded show. Thank you all for watching, and we will catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.